Hey everyone, welcome back to another Power Street Spotlight. Here we have a lovely guest for you. Drum roll just for myself. Eppchez, yes.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
Welcome. I'm so happy you're here. If you don't mind just telling us who you are, what are your pronouns, and what do you do?
Yeah, sure. My name is Eppchez. I use they and them pronouns. I'm a playwright, performer, musician, and designer. And I was just really glad that Power Street Theater reached out to me for this awesome event.
So before we get started, I wanted to start off with an icebreaker. So let's see. What is the most random thing that you have ever purchased that brought you a lot of joy?
I think I have a lot of these actually. Um, oh, what was a good one? Um, yeah, there was this um, so it's a cooling pad. I melt in the summertime and my house doesn't have AC. So I got this cooling pad that it's always cool when you sit on it. Uh,
Uh-huh.
and it saves my life. And I'm so full of gratitude for it every time.
Just a nice relief.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I don't even know what mine would be. I guess the plants that I buy, because I'm not really a plant person, but like the more I learn about them, I get very excited. Where did your love of, performing arts, how did that start with you?
I think it's something that I've always done. I definitely was singing from a very young age, and singing is a very important part of my practice. But I attended a performing arts high school, charter school in Massachusetts, where I grew up. And in when I was in high school there, I did perform in a lot of plays, and I actually performed in a lot of bilingual theater. We had a little like bilingual repertory company, and we did a lot of Lorca and
Nice.
yeah, and other Spanish plays, more classical stuff, La Vida es Sueño, all those. Um, and I also started playwriting there. And I think it was in college that playwriting sort of took over as I started to feel at the time like less comfortable being like out front on stage.
Mhm.
Just like gender stuff, being a trans person who hadn't transitioned yet, I was like, oh, I don't actually want my body to be seen. I don't actually feel like there are very many characters that I could go out for that I would feel really comfortable, or like I would even be able to do a good job of embodying, because like I don't see characters that really have and like the same sort of like basic gender
Yeah.
identity as me. So I'm not that good of an actor that I can like pretend to be a gender that I'm not. And I started writing a lot more as just because so that I would have parts that I could play.
Mhm.
And there are a lot of plays with non-binary characters out there now. But that was definitely a big reason why I started writing more. And partially why I like when there's an opportunity like this, I'll usually like piece.
Mhm. Mhm. No, I love that. If you don't mind just introducing your piece for our audience, that would be great.
Yeah. I'm not sure what this piece is titled. Maybe like Oye Español or something like that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
um, but I was a lot being bilingual, and being someone who wants to uh, be in community with other Spanish speakers, and also just with my family who are Spanish speakers. Um, After coming out and having a very fully formed non-binary identity in English, just realizing the breadth of how difficult it is to be seen as myself in a language that really has like zero space for non-binary conception
Mhm.
and comprehension of the possibility of something between masculine and feminine when the binary is so like established just in every part of the language.
Mhm.
I take some solace in like irregular things like like el agua, and
Mhm.
the power of el agua. I think about that a lot, you know, and because water is so prevalent everywhere, and it is water is life, as as is said. So in that one noun, at least, there's there's a sense of oh, the possibility of a word that might seem feminine, but because it ends in a, but uses male
Right.
articles. So I think just this is just a plea to the language to create space for non-binary Spanish speakers, and for all Spanish speakers to be able to see and value us. Um, you know, it's something that as a gringo, I like have hesitations about like taking up space to ask for, but
Mhm.
I thought Power Street Theater would be like a good place to take up this kind of space, and
Yes.
to make the ask very difficult ask to
Yeah.
the language itself. So that
Yeah.
monologue is.
Beautiful. Enjoy, everyone.
Oye, español, ¿me puedes ver? Mírame. No, claro que no me ves. Claro, porque la cosa es que no existo en español. Pues, si me puedes oír, ¿escucha? Ok. Pues, no sé si tengo ni si debo tener licencia de venir aquí con esta solicitud. No es poca cosa. Y es cierto que no nos conocemos muy bien, pero solo tengo... quiero sugerir algunas modificaciones. Quizás mi gringuimidad me hace un mensajero menos apropiado. Mi acento es más o menos ok. Entiendo bastante, pero es verdad, mi fraseología es un importo de cero inglés. Mi vocabulario es un gallo sin pico. Casi no conozco ni un giro de frase. Ni si eso es como decir turn of phrase. Espero que me perdonas por el gallo sin pico, aunque no sé muchas. No puedo pararme de ideas nuevas. Soy inventiva y así. ¿Ves? No es que soy inventivo, no es que soy inventiva. Eso es un ejemplo de una posibilidad. Sé que hay millones de hispanohablantes con quien me comparte este deseo. Si voy a poder residir dentro del territorio de español, vamos a tener que implementar algunas modificaciones. Eso es solo si me quieres aquí, si quieres que yo me quedo. ¿Me quieres? pienses que tenemos un futuro, en verdad tengo que oírte decirlo, porque hasta aquí no tengo mucha confianza. Y entiendo si la confianza no te sientes muy fuerte para alguien quien casi no te habla, si sin embargo quieres que te transformas tanto. Pero tienes que cambiar. Hacerse plástico, liberarse. Como tus reyes en la Real Academia Española, nunca va a solo dejarte hacer. Hazlo. Para que me puedes ver. Para que mi abuela puede verme. Para que el mundo hispanohablante pueda comprender que nosotros sí existimos. Para que no desaparecemos entre lo binario de masculino y femenino. En inglés decimos, ¿quién va a saltar primero? No eres inglés. No quiero que seas inglés. Pero quiero poder vivir en ti. Quiero amarte. Como solo puedo amar lo que me ama de vuelta.
Welcome back, everyone. I loved it. I also, oh, it's funny. So my family calls me gringa, so I understand the whole bilingual and like, for those who may not be Spanish speakers who are watching this, there was some like little topsy turvy of like the language might not have been exactly as like a fluent speaker might speak. But I also appreciate that because even my own practice at home, if I'm just talking like out loud, I'm like, I think this is where the noun goes, and yeah, so never mind, whatever, I'm just gonna stop speaking.
When I'm writing a bilingual piece, I would like pass it by my dad and be like, this is proper, right? But I wasn't trying to do that because I think part of it is that my Spanish is not perfect by any means. Yeah.
And it's like also just being comfortable with that because like that's okay, like that's just how it worked for us and that's fine.
Yeah.
No, one thing I'm curious, how, like if this was to be performed like on stage and everything, full out performance, how would you represent the Spanish language? Would it just be like an inanimate character, or would you do something like how you did in your other play where there was like a puppet that represented? I want to pick your creative brain as like how might you represent the Spanish language with your piece?
Yeah. Well, I've always imagined it sort of as just like a presence in the void of the theater, but it could be cool to use projection. I love using projection in my work. And in that way, to have it be a sort of shape-shifting element that can bring in so many of the different parts of what Spanish is and what Spanish means to people all over the world. So that'd be cool. That's on my head.
Yeah.
Videography design.
Yeah. So thank you so much for spending some time with me and Power Street folks today. If anyone wants to keep up with you, what is like your social media, your website, or anything you have coming up? How could we learn more about you and your work?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty easy to find on the internet. I'm the only Eppchez really out there. Eppchez. That's my handle on Instagram. I haven't been posting so much there because I'm mostly just posting revolution stuff at this point. But then my website is that, Crystal referred to before is almasengine.com. So that's the soul in Spanish, soul's engine, creativity, you get it. And there you can learn about like upcoming things that I have right now coming up. Well, there's this, which you just saw, and there's a piece that I wrote for Swim Pony, and I also have performances in it that is an audio drama that it's part of their Trail Off project. So if you have an iPhone, you can download the app, and then there are 10 different trails. You can go to the trailheads, and there's like GPS directed like audio dramas, so you like follow the trail and the story will unfold for you. Yeah, so I have a really exciting experience that's part of that project, and I really recommend it, especially now that the weather is getting nicer again.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm part of the upcoming applied mechanics devised piece called Other Orbits, and we're going to be coming out with a bunch of episodes while we're still in this like amorphous who's vaccinated, how can we enjoy theater virtually place. And then in 2022, 2023, maybe even we'll be coming out with a live show that people can actually attend. So exciting to think of a future where people can attend live theater. Yeah, those are the two main things. But also, if you do want to see the video of Public Private, I created a video version of this solo performance. If you are interested in that, please contact me through my website, and I am accepting bookings to have that shown places. So it's a really good show. I recommend it.
Yes, as do I. It is very, very good. So thank you again for your time and for your work. Is greatly appreciated. And for everyone else, thank you again for watching another episode of Power Street Spotlight. And catch us again next month. Bye, everyone.